Hey everyone, and welcome to RX Tech Support. My name is Dr. Edric Cho, and I will be your primary facilitator if you decide to go and take the course with us. So, RX Tech Support is your premier online prep course to be able to take the Pharmacy Technician Certification Board exam, which is a national exam given now in all 50 states. And once you pass, you will be able to apply for your pharmacy technician license in the corresponding state in which you live. So a little bit about myself. Like I said, I'll be the primary facilitator for the course. And I have a doctorate in pharmacy. I've been a pharmacist for 35 years. I know I don't look that old, but it's true. And I also have a law degree. I have a jurisprudence doctorate degree. I have practiced in all facets of pharmacy, from retail. I was a pharmacy executive for a Fortune 500 company. I've also practiced in hospital settings, both outpatient and inpatient. I've done research. And I've had a couple of startups, including pharmaceutical and medical supply companies. And also I've taught. I've taught both pharmacy students and pharmacy technicians. So I know how to teach and what it takes to be able to pass this exam. It's not a hard exam to pass as long as you're prepared for it, like any exam. And so what are we going to do for you here at RX Tech Support? Well, you're going to take this online course, and we are going to prepare you to be able to pass this exam. Usually on the first try. We have a 100% pass rate with our students. And so this online course is just going to help you through all different areas of the blueprint exam for the pharmacy technician certification exam. Just a little bit about some facts about pharmacy technicians. And so what is your role in the pharmacy as a pharmacy technician? Well, you guys are going to help us, the licensed pharmacists, prepare prescription medications, provide customer service or patient service, and perform administrative duties with a variety of practice settings, including community, health system, hospital pharmacies, and federal pharmacies. You're generally responsible for receiving prescription requests, counting tablets, labeling bottles, maintaining patient profiles, inventory control, adjudicating online insurance, preparing insurance forms, and performing administrative functions such as answering phones, stocking shelves, and then operating cash registers. But you do a lot of different things in order to help with the licensed pharmacists. Your work environment can vary. It depends on the pharmacy that you're working in, obviously. It includes those found in drug, general merchandise, grocery stores or supermarkets, and hospitals. And so most pharmacy technicians work full-time, but there are some who just work part-time. Certification, so what is that? So certification is the process by which a non-governmental association or agency grants recognition to an individual who has met predetermined qualifications specified by that association or agency. The PTCE, like I said earlier, is recognized in all 50 states. Even though regulations to work as a pharmacy technician vary by state to state. And so you can acquire this information by contacting your local state board of pharmacy. And there's also additional information at the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy. And we also have links to that on our site. Wages. So wages can vary anywhere from $15 in the low end to as high as $35, $36 an hour. Or annual salaries between $21,000 to $45,000. And this will depend on your experience, qualifications, the work environment, the geographic location, and the employer. The job outlook is very positive right now for pharmacy technicians. It's projected to grow 12% from 2016 to 2026. And so that's faster than the average for all occupations. And then several factors will lead to increased demand for prescription medications. And so these include that the population is aging, all the baby boomers are getting older. And so older people typically have more disease states and subsequently require more medications than younger people. And there's also higher rates of chronic diseases such as diabetes among all age groups. And this will lead to increased demand for prescription medication, so different disease states. There are also advances in pharmaceutical research which will allow for more prescription medications to be used to fight diseases. In addition, the pharmacy technician, you, may be needed to take on a greater role in the pharmacy operations because pharmacists are increasingly performing more patient care activities such as giving flu shots or smoking cessation, birth control, etc. Technicians will need to perform tasks such as collecting patient information, preparing more types of medications, and verifying the work of other technicians, tasks that were formerly done by pharmacists. So your role, your career is you're in a life-saving profession, right? You're part of the healthcare team. You're an important part of the pharmacy team. Employment in 2016, there are 402,500 jobs, and that number in 2026 will increase to about 450,100 jobs. So what is the PTCB? Their mission is to advance medication safety by certifying technicians who are qualified to support pharmacists and patient care teams in all practice settings. The PTCB stands for Pharmacy Technician Certification Board. This is a non-profit, private national organization which provides certification to qualified pharmacy technician candidates. And their goal is to promote more effective pharmacy technicians and ensure safe patient care to pharmacy customers. A little bit about the PTCB history is they were established in 1995 through the joint efforts of 4 pharmacy associations, the American Pharmacists Association, the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, the Illinois Council of Health System Pharmacists, and the Michigan Pharmacists Association. And then in 2002, they were joined by the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy. In 2006, the PTCB was granted accreditation by NCCA, which is the National Commission for Certifying Agencies. The program earned this status by demonstrating compliance with the NCCA standards for the accreditation of certification programs. So that's a good thing. And so what is the PTCE? This PTCB, right? What is the PTCE? Well, this stands for Pharmacy Technician Certification Exam. And this is the course, the online course that you're going to take with us to help you prepare for this national exam. So this is a computer-based exam administered at Pearson VUE test centers nationwide. The PTCE is a 2-hour multiple choice, 90-question exams of which 80 questions are scored, and then there are 10 questions that are unscored that PTCB puts in there to test to see if it's going to work out for future exams. The purpose of the PTCB is to advocate for the improvement of pharmacy technician standards, and so one of their main goals is to achieve standard training guidelines in all 50 states. And currently, they offer pharmacy technician training, testing, and certification in all states, but currently right now, as of 2018, 19 states require certification in order to work as a pharmacy technician, on top of having a license in that state. You can get more additional information from www.ptcb.org. It's .org because this is a nonprofit organization. And I just want to make a disclaimer here. RX Tech Support is not affiliated in any way with PTCB. We are a private company that just helps you to prepare for the exam and pass the exam. Eligibility. So to achieve PTCB certification eligibility, you have to satisfy a couple of requirements. One is that you have to have a high school diploma. Most all of you do. Or an equivalent educational diploma such as a GED or foreign high school diploma. And you have to have full disclosure of all criminal and state board of pharmacy registration or licensure actions. And then compliance with all PTCB certification policies, such as passing the exam, and then obtaining your PTCB certificate. Now, a really important piece of information I wanted to give you here is that the PTCB, a few months ago, suspended implementation of accredited education requirements originally planned for the year 2020. And what this meant is they were going to force students to go to one of these post-secondary vocational schools before you could even sit for the exam. I was appalled when they were going to make this recommendation because there's absolutely no need to go to one of these post-secondary schools. I'll give you my feeling about it right now. They are very predatory. They are predatory practices. And they don't even tell you that all you have to do is pay $129 and take this national exam and pass it, and you can get your pharmacy technician license in the state that you live. What they do is they have these brick and mortar pharmacies, pharmacy technician schools, and they get you on board, and they get all these loans for you, and only to get to the same endpoint without telling you that all you got to do is take the national exam. So you can be in debt from anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000, okay, just for getting a license, a certification license in order to get your pharmacy technician's license in the state that you live. And so you don't need to go to one of these schools. Most of the time when you go and work for a pharmacy, or not most of the time, but all of the time, they have their own standards of practice. They're going to teach you. It's going to be on-the-job training. As a pharmacist, and I've been one for 35 years, I have a lot of experience. All the instructors, the 4 instructors that are with RX Tech Support, all of us can safely say to you, and you can ask any pharmacist this that you come into contact with, we don't care whether you went to one of these post-secondary vocational schools. All we care about is that you have a pharmacy technician license if your state requires it, and I think right now 48 states do. Whether you have a license and that you're open to learning and that you're fast, fun, and friendly. That's the only thing we care about. Now you could argue that, okay, I've spent $30,000 to go to one of these schools and they gave me an externship. And there may be some value to that, but it's not worth tens of thousands of dollars. Because you're going to owe this money when you graduate from one of these schools. And you're not even guaranteed that they're even going to place you anywhere with a job. It takes a long time to pay tens of thousands of dollars, making only $15 to $25 an hour. Okay, take it from me. This is the God's honest truth. It takes a long time to pay that back. So don't go into debt. All right. So just a little bit about this course. We're going to tell you more about it in the back end when you do sign up for the course. There are RX Tech Support PowerPoint lecture slides. There's about 90 of these slides, lecture slides that go over everything that you need to know to become a pharmacy technician. And each of the PowerPoint slide presentations, there's 9 sections, 1 through 9, just like the blueprint, the PTCB blueprint. It's supplemented with quizzes, with study guides, and handouts. And after you go through all 9 sections of the RX Tech PowerPoint slide lectures, then there will be a PDF fillable outline that corresponds with a video lecture. And these 9 blueprint outline, PDF fillable outlines correspond with PTCB's blueprint outline, which are the 9 sections. The 9 sections that are comprehensive, that you have to be an expert in before you become a pharmacy technician. You have to be competent in the 9 sections. And then we have a completely separate math section. You just need to know basic math, very basic algebra. 80% of the problems that you do, even on the exam and even in practice, are ratios. So we're going to teach you all aspects of pharmacy calculations or pharmacy math in the separate math section. The math section will have a manual. It has tons of quizzes and worksheets. And so it covers every way to be able to distill any kind of math exams or math problems that you have as a pharmacy technician. A lot of people get daunted. They get really intimidated by the math portion of the pharmacy technician certification board exam. But I will tell you that it just takes a little bit of practice and knowing how to be able to insert what numbers into the formulas. It's not that hard. It's not rocket science. And then the last portion of the online course is, and this is the place where you put it all together, your PowerPoint lectures, your blueprint outline video lectures, your math lectures. You're going to take these practice PTCB exams that we have written. And that's where you're going to put it all together and learn everything there is to know. These exams mirror the actual pharmacy technician certification board exam. There are 90 question exams, and then there's some separate exams for like insurance and math to kind of supplement, to help reinforce some of the things that you need to be competent in. As a last thing, then we also have some PDF resources. We want you to utilize all the PDF documents that are in the resource section. We also offer a 2-exam, one-on-one review with you if you decide that you want to pay for something like that. It's well worth the money. And we also have a 6th exam review one-on-one that we do with you via Skype or FaceTime, whatever kind of video ability that you have. Okay, and so, for if you were even to take the 6th exam review with us and pay for the course, you're only going to be in it for like $1,000 versus $20,000 or $30,000 to get you to the same exact endpoint, and that is to just pass the national exam and get your pharmacy technician license. When you do have your certification, the good thing about it is that because it's a national exam and your certification is national, it reciprocates in all the other states. And what that means is, if you decide that you want to move somewhere, all you have to do is just pay for the license fee, and then you can be practicing in that state. The other big advantage of being certified is not all states require certification. Like I said, only 19 states do. But usually most employers, because you're certified, it's a higher standard for a pharmacy technician, they'll also pay you more per hour. It can I've seen it anywhere from 25 cents to $1 an hour just because you have the national certification. Okay, that's all I have to say. I hope to see you on the back end here when you do decide to come on board with us. Like I said, we've had a 100% pass rate. You will pass this exam if you do everything that we tell you to do to prepare properly in order to take the exam. Okay, we'll see you. If any questions, you can email us on the site, and we hope to see you soon. Take care.